don't know what that is, but kind of interesting looking. Starting to cross over the Fontana Dam. First nice view. It's Thursday, March 31st. I'm crossing the Fontana Dam. I arrived at the Fontana shelter on Sunday night late. Stayed the night at the shelter. Next morning I got a ride to Fontana Village, planning on a resupply and then coming back and spending the night at the shelter again so my knee could rest up, and doing that for 2 nights, going back and forth to the village and getting supplies. I'm heading up to probably that highest point you can see up there. That is the Smokies. So after I got to the village, I was fortunate enough that Elvis and JR offered me a room, or offered me the option to bunk on the floor of their room, which I graciously accepted. Floor is better than the cold and heated shelter, and then I would be near the food. We hung out for a while, and then at lunchtime I ran into a hiker I've been hiking with off and on. Why Not is his trail name, and he offered the spare bed in his room. So I ended up having a bed for the night instead of sleeping in a cold shelter. And the next day, Why Not asked me if I would like to stay a second night. And I had planned on taking 2 zeros. It was the 7-mile, 3,000-foot climb out of the knock. It was tough on my knee. But then the second day out, climbing Jacob's Ladder, which wasn't as long, but there were no switchbacks, so it was pretty much straight up for a really long way. That really took a toll on my knee. And so I decided to get in to the Fontana as soon as possible and give it a rest. Then on the third day, they were calling for winds of up to 90-mile-an-hour gusts up at the shelter. A lot of people decided to just stay another night, that it was too dangerous to be out on the trail. So here it is. It's a Thursday. Been hanging out here for days now, and I'm back on the way into the Smokies. Technically I'm in the Smokies, but it doesn't become official until I get down here and drop off my permit at the permit box. Knees feeling well rested. Had 3 full days of rest. Ate a ton of food. Even though my room didn't cost me, the food was, well, it was good food, a lot of food for the amount you paid, but I would have preferred cheaper food. But my body needs fuel to climb these mountains. So maybe the universe was guiding me here to refuel for the next segment of the trail. My current plan is to hike non-stop, well, not non-stop, shelter to shelter through the entire Smokies, 73 miles, and come out the other end, and that's where I'll resupply again. So carrying a ton of food. Pack is probably as heavy or heavier than it was the day I started out at the visitor center in Amelicola Falls. Someday I'll be able to say that. That's a tongue twister. Always makes me want to spit my dentures out. There was a bald eagle flying around here, but wasn't able to get a picture of it. Almost across the dam. Still can't believe that I'm doing this. It's just a dream to be out here. It's a weird combination of extremely strenuous work, at least for me anyway, because my pack is heavier than some and I'm older than many, but it's strenuous, very strenuous. Going up Jacob's ladder, I just had to keep looking ahead and picking a tree and say, I just got to make it to that tree. And when I would get to that tree, I would just say, that rock up there is my next goal. I got to make it to that rock. And that's how you get over the mountains. It's a mental battle as well as physical. Some of the hardest work you'll ever do, because there's nobody making you do it but yourself. So, like I was saying, they were calling for 90-mile-an-hour winds last night. Don't know how bad the winds got, but our power went out somewhere between 10 and 11 at the Fontana Lodge, and it was still out when I left this morning. Heard there were many fires all throughout the area here, including one right near the lodge, trees falling on wires. There was even an evacuation in Gatlinburg, and Searsville had a 1,000-acre fire. So it was a rough night. I still think it was the right choice to hunker down one more night there. Here we go. Great Smoky Mountains. Goodbye, Fontana Village. It was nice being there, but getting back out on the trail where I belong. When you stay too long, they call it being sucked into the vortex, and you can't get out of the comforts of civilization. So, when I get down on the trail a little ways here and find that box to drop off my permit, I'll video some more. Bye for now. There we go. I'm officially entering the Smokies. I'm official. Okay, permit is in the box. My work for the day begins. Today's goal is Molly's Ridge. It's about 9.9 more miles, plus what I already walked, making it around 12. That's not the challenge. The challenge for today is climbing 4,500 feet. So, yeah, I'll be huffing and puffing for a while. So, let the fun begin. See how many downed trees will be on the trail from the storm last night. Huffing, puffing already. Seen a lot of trees down on the first part coming up here along the road. So I'm sure there'll be a lot down in the woods. Bye for now. This would be my first view in the Smokies, looking back towards where I came from. Not too shabby, not at all. Let's continue on. How you doing? Doing good. Okay, let's continue on. Still taking it slow today. First day back after giving my knee a rest. I'm in no hurry. So I'm just gonna give it a nice easy day as much as I can. I know it's hike your own hike, but some people hike so fast, I don't think they even see the trail. I don't get it. Might as well just be on a treadmill with a picture of the trail. Don't get it at all. But that's their thing. That's what they want to do, and it makes them happy. Well, that's all that matters to them. Still hasn't been too bad. I'm past the first major climb into the Smokies. There's still more climbs, but the steepest part I think is over. The long steep part anyway. So it'll just be ups and downs now until I get to the shelter. Trail's pretty crowded today. I'm in between people right now. All people that stayed at the Fontana Lodge resort to avoid the storm that came through last night. Kind of got bunched up, hit the trail at the same time. A wee bit muddy here. Not much to deal with. Heading to a fire tower, so when I get up there, I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, all right. All right, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. Start over again. Hi, guys. I'm on the top of the fire tower. Fontana Lake there. And Fontana Dam. Very, very windy. Just below the top. I don't think the excuse me. I don't think the windows would allow for good filming. I'm one level below. Perspective. Fire tower here. Let's see which one turns out better. Almost lost my hat. There's Fontana Lake and the dam there on the right side. Not sure where I'll be going over here in the Smokies. I'm trying to see if I can spot Clinkman's Dome. I think it's too far away. Top is just there. The boards are rotten. I am not going to risk standing on the boards. And then it's got dirty glass on the top. Very good pictures anyway. Okay, so this is the fire tower from the bottom. It's a little less windy, so you can probably hear me better. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but whole top of the mountain's covered in these little white flowers. Cool. Check out this tree. I can stand in there, it's so big.